What's good, you guys? Welcome back to Black Tea. It's your girl Ebony. All right, you guys. So Iggy Azalea is responding to fans who seem to think that her and Nicki Minaj had some type of beef. And I'm so happy that Iggy did address this, and I actually wanted to give you guys a full timeline of Iggy's relationship with Nicki and how I feel that the media really wanted to push a beef between these two women, but they never really got a hold on it, and it never really blossomed into what we see now with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. So let's get into it. So a fan actually responded to Iggy and they said, "I just ain't like the Heavy Crown diss song she made about Nicki." Iggy responded, "LMAO, Heavy Crown was a diss song and it was about Nicki? We had beef? News to me, bro. Y'all say any effing thing. Jesus Christ. Was this the same as the Britney Spears beef y'all created out of thin air that didn't actually exist and actually just y'all being weird online? Or got it?" So as you see, Iggy was pretty much saying that she does not have any issue with Nicki Minaj. But that hasn't stopped the media over the years of really talking about a beef between these two women. So let's go all the way back to 2010 when Nicki Minaj was performing at the BET Awards. At this time, Nicki was really starting to boom in her career. Now, Azalea wasn't really known at the time. However, she actually took to Twitter to throw some shade after Nicki Minaj said her performance at the BET Awards was a live performance. Iggy saying this, LMAO at Nicki saying she did the BET Awards live. If you say so, girl. Now, after Iggy did throw the shade to Nicki on Twitter, Nicki actually took some days to respond, and she ended up calling Iggy a cornball. But nothing really blossomed. It was kind of just a little bit of shade here and there. Now, as we move into 2014, this is where Iggy really starts to boom. She has her song Fancy and some others, and she was nominated against Nicki Minaj at the 2014 BET Awards. Now, Nicki Minaj did beat out Iggy at the BET Awards, and when Nicki Minaj got on stage to talk about writing her lyrics, several people like the Daily Mail and Hollywood Gossip accused Nicki Minaj of throwing shade at Iggy, who did not write her own music, because she was going against Iggy for the BET Awards. Although Nicki did not say any names, this did not stop the media of accusing Nicki Minaj of throwing shade. Check this out.
My point is, what I want the world to know about Nicki Minaj is when you hear Nicki Minaj spit, Nicki Minaj wrote it. And no shade.
So as you see, Nicki, all she said was, if Nicki Minaj spit it, Nicki Minaj wrote it, period, queen. So it really wasn't anything, in my opinion, to go against Iggy. She was just pretty much doing what she does, and that's what we love Nicki for. Now, the funny part is we actually saw Nicki and Iggy at the MTV Video Music Awards. Now, Nicki Minaj did perform, and behind stage, this is where we saw Iggy congratulate Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj said, "Thank you, baby. It was a very cute and nice exchange." And this would actually corroborate my idea that Nicki Minaj wasn't shading Iggy at the BET Awards. Check this out.
Thank you, baby.
You did great.
Thank
Don't
you,
worry about
honey.
it.
I know. Thank you.
So as you see, Nicki Minaj was very humble when she spoke to Iggy, and Iggy pretty much said, "Congratulations, you did good." So that was really a moment in time where people started to question if this beef even existed. On top of that, Nicki Minaj actually responded to several articles saying that she was dissing Iggy on the BET stage. Nicki said, "The media puts words in my mouth all the time, and this is no different. I will always take a stance on women writing because I believe in us." So Nicki Minaj wanted to make it clear she was not shading Iggy. She was just talking her talk as she usually does. Now, this would have been the end of this situation. However, Iggy decided to go on Andy Cohen's show, Watch What Happens Next, and there was a segment called Plead the Fifth, where Iggy tried to allude to the fact that Nicki Minaj may have ghostwriters, and she tried to say Nicki the same amount of credits that I do. I don't know if she writes her music, but I write mine. Check this out.
What do you say to critics who say you don't write your own raps?
I have just as many people on my writing credits as she has on hers, so I don't think there's... I know I write mine. If she writes hers, I believe her too, but you can't look at the credits and be like, oh, look at this massive difference. It's the same number of people on both, so.
Right. Did you, when you heard that, did you think it was you, or was it the kind of thing where you looked on Twitter and you were like, oh, great?
I don't know. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't really think anything. Unless you say my name, I'm not like, I don't really have time to speculate, so.
So as you see, Iggy shouldn't have really said this. You know how you use your mouth and it gets you into situations that you really shouldn't be in? Well, after this happened, it was actually alleged that Nicki Minaj had something to do with Nick Young, who was Iggy Azalea's boyfriend and fiance at the time, his cheating scandal getting leaked to the press. Now, while people were accusing Nicki Minaj of having something to do with this, it was later revealed that Nick Young admitted he was cheating on Iggy with a bunch of side thoughts. So at that point, it wasn't really connected to Nicki Minaj in any way. It was pretty much Nick Young coming out to air out his own dirty laundry. However, that did not stop the blogs and also different people of accusing Nicki Minaj of having something to do with this cheating scandal coming to the forefront, which makes no sense. Why would Nicki care about who's being cheated on, and why would she even participate in that type of situation? It would have just been really, really weird. Now, although these women pretty much didn't have anything happen after 2016, there were still other people in the mix trying to start a beef between Nicki and Iggy. You had people like T.I. and other males in the industry trying to hype up Iggy to overthrow Nicki. Iggy had all types of campaigns. You had a lot of males in the industry pushing, writing for her, giving her accolades, etc. However, unfortunately, Nicki was just so good at what she was doing, and people were really not feeling Iggy, especially after a lot of her tweets start coming out. It was actually revealed that Iggy said a lot of rude things about people before she became famous, and so people were very unsure if Iggy was serious about rap, or if they could even trust her, or if she was just some shady lady trying to come in here and take over. Allegedly. Talk about a mess. Now, this actually leads us into 2018, where Nicki Minaj and Cardi B were in a very uphill battle on social media, and Cardi B and Nicki were going back and forth, and I would call this the war of the deals. You guys remember, Nicki had accused Cardi B of being the only female rapper in life to really talk about what deal she turned down. One of those deals being with Steve Madden. Now, originally, Cardi B had came out and said that Steve Madden had reached out to her to do a deal first. However, he had already reached out to Nicki Minaj. Nicki actually turned down the deal. Nicki said this. She said, same thing with Steve Madden. Irv Gotti asked me to do that deal several times. I passed. You never hear me talking about things like this. She really thought she was doing something, talking about turning down deals. Bwahahaha. Dip video out now. Baby girl, write a rap. Child, we saw her in the studio. Ain't a pen in sight. Allegedly. Now, after this happened, Steve Madden responded and he said, Nicki Minaj is an incredibly talented artist, but we couldn't work together because timing wasn't right. Cardi B came on the scene and I had a fantastic collaboration with her. She is also an amazing talent I love. Now, after this happened, Iggy came out to defend Nicki Minaj and she said, Steve is an F-boy. He did some sidebar-ish when my deal said I had full creative control, couldn't handle being called out on it. Then he tried to publicly backtrack. Boy, bye. Now, after this is where we saw Steve Madden retract and try to change it. Both Nicki and Cardi are awesome, right? I hope they can reach some peace together. They could probably take over the world, and I shouldn't have contributed to that. Nicki said, eat a DICK. You lied on me. It was the trendy thing to do. Ain't nobody buying ish. We wouldn't work together because I said your shoes were ugly. Nicki! Nicki! Nicki said we couldn't work together because I said your shoes was ugly. She said, you see how when you do clownery, it comes back to bite? We not buying it. Respond to 50 Cent instead of picking on women. Nicki said your shoes is ugly. Allegedly. Chill. Now, Nicki Minaj also responded to Iggy on Twitter and she said, thank you for standing up. Thank you for speaking out. And after that, we pretty much haven't heard anything. You know, Iggy has been throwing a lot of love to Nicki. And most recently, like I said, she responded that there was never a beef.
Nicki Minaj. Have you worked with her? Will you work with her? Is there any plans to work with her?
No, I've never worked with her. I would love to work with her. Any female rapper that says they wouldn't is a liar. It's a damn lie.
Iggy Azalea is one of the few female rappers who shows you a lot of love. Do you like her?
I do. I respect her so much for showing me love and respect.
So as you guys see, the media has a funny way of trying to curate beef between females in this industry. And now that you know the full relationship timeline, let me know what you think about this down below. Do you think that there was ever a beef between Nicki and Iggy? If so, tell me why down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and you guys know we'll be back very soon to spill more tea. Bye guys.